Okay, so this is a video on the junk removal specialist audit. It's the second task on your daily checklist. So in the application 1AAA Junk Van, under the jobs table, you can find a view that's called Daily Junk Removal Specialist Audit View. This was created by Marcus so that we can take a look at the jobs from the day before and make sure that the drivers have entered all the information that they are required to enter at the end of their day. So basically, I've set it up in a way that makes the most sense to me. You can obviously change the order by dragging these around, and you can modify the filters as we've covered in other videos. So basically, I'm just going to run you through why I have it set up this way, and hopefully that will be good. So it's first divided by job office. They're all yesterday's jobs. Basically what happens here, this is so that I know which ones I've looked at. So as I take a look at them, I just mark that off here. It also makes sure that when your tasking is looked at, that they can review what it is you were doing during your day. So you want to check off reviewed once you've taken a look at it. So what you're looking for is you want to make sure there's nothing unusual here in the balance due, and it also helps you with collections for the cities that you have to take care of collections for, because you'll see right away for some reason the credit card didn't run. You can look into it, find out if it's an invalid card, do the TQM, if it was a payment to driver and the credit card's not entered, you'll find that out. So it's just a good way to make sure that you catch any mistakes right away. Now, if the balance due is here, not zero, sometimes it's because the job was canceled or rebooked, so you're going to look here, obviously, for those things. Run credit card should be checked if the job was completed, there's a balance due, and the type of payment was credit card. So something's obviously wrong here. You would want to open up the job, take a look and see why the credit card didn't go through. You can try running it in Moneris and see if you get an invalid response or if you get a declined response, and contact the customer accordingly. If it says credit card to driver, you're going to want to get a hold of the driver and find out why they didn't enter their credit card. So it's usually a TQM or a callback. You want to take a look and see that the weight was entered. If it wasn't entered, it has to have been for a reason. So either because it's a rebook or a canceled, or possibly that it's been changed to a variable rate or flat rate, which is what that one is here. Basically, you're just looking for anything unusual and determining the reason why it might be unusual and taking any action that needs to be done to correct the situation. So make sure there's a credit card number. If there's not, you're looking to see why not. Make sure the driver filled out the notes to customer. Now, they've all been sent examples of what this should look like. There should be the company name in correct format, so 1AAA Junk Van, with the dashes, with the capitalization, and they probably should have actually ink on the end of there, but just double check that with Marcus. So a little bit of a personal note, thank you, and their names. So as long as they have all that information, they did it properly. If they didn't, you want to TQM them. Over here, if they had a canceled or rebooked, you're going to want to take a look. They're supposed to add notes as to why it was rebooked or canceled, or if they didn't. If it was canceled or rebooked by one of us, there should be notes here. So you're always wanting to look for those notes if there's a cancellation or a refund, so that you know why. If you don't know why, you want to find out why. So basically, that's what you're looking for. There's probably a couple of other fields over here. This stuff here is if the driver called the customer and let them know the final weight and when they did. Now, ideally, this would be used for if they called the customer and there was no answer, so they didn't go to the job, they could add notes here and then put in the date and time they called the customer. It could be used if the estimate and the final weight are different, to make sure they verified that with the customer. That's what those fields are there for. So like I said, you can reorder these, add new fields if there's something you want to be looking for, but that's basically how I have it set up and how I use it. So hopefully that's helpful for you. This has to be done every day at the minimum to make sure that the drivers are adding the information that they're supposed to be.